Imagine walking into the White House and using one of the most recognized buildings in the world as your personal photo shoot backdrop to sell sweatshirts. That's exactly what Kai Trump, the granddaughter of Donald Trump and daughter of Donald Trump Jr., just did. At only 18, she's already stepping into the Trump family tradition of turning their name and political connections into profit. But here's the problem. She didn't just launch expensive merchandise. She may have broken multiple laws doing it. Today, we're going to break down what happened, why it matters, and the legal trouble this move could bring her way. Kai Trump, an adult now, has followed the family playbook almost word for word. Launch a brand, slap the Trump name or initials all over it, and sell it at a premium price. Her sweatshirt line costs an eye-popping $130 per piece, and the designs proudly feature her name or initials in several spots. The website she's using isn't even creative. It's called Kit Rump Shop. And what makes this even more controversial is that the product logo has already been flagged as a near copy of a design used by NFL star Travis Kelce in his collaboration with American Eagle. So not only is Kai selling overpriced merchandise, but she's also using what looks like a stolen design to do it. The heart of the issue, however, is where she chose to promote her new line. She staged a professional photo shoot on White House grounds, posing in her sweatshirts with the iconic building behind her. This isn't just tasteless, it's a direct violation of federal rules. The White House is government property, and it cannot be used for personal financial gain. By posing in front of it while selling her clothing, Kai Trump created the false impression that her merchandise had the backing or endorsement of the U.S. government. That's illegal under multiple federal statutes. One law she may have violated is Section 43A of the Lanham Act, which prohibits false endorsements and misleading commercial representations. By using the White House as the backdrop, it suggests some official approval or connection to the government, when in reality, none exists. That alone is grounds for a lawsuit, but it doesn't stop there. There's also the issue of unauthorized use of government property. Federal regulations make it clear no one, not even family members of politicians, can use federal buildings or resources for personal or commercial purposes. By turning the White House into her marketing set, Kai crossed that line. Critics are already pointing out the hypocrisy. Trump allies often claim that no one is above the law, yet here we have an example where clear violations are happening right in front of us. The rules say that even if you're a guest at the White House, you cannot use that access for business promotion. If anyone else had done this, they'd likely be facing serious consequences or at least an ethics investigation. Whether Kai Trump will face any accountability is another question entirely. It's important to remember this isn't about a teenager making a small mistake. Kai Trump is legally an adult, and she comes from one of the wealthiest and most politically powerful families in the country. She doesn't need the money. Her inheritance and connections already guarantee her financial comfort for life. So why push overpriced merchandise in a way that cheapens one of the most important symbols of American democracy? It shows a mindset focused on taking more, even when you already have everything, instead of using privilege to give back. And then there's the question of originality. The Trump family has long been accused of borrowing or outright stealing ideas in their business ventures. In this case, the logo's similarity to Travis Kelce's project is glaring. And once again, instead of innovation, we're seeing imitation, and not even subtle imitation at that. It's one thing to sell luxury products to those who want them, but it's another to do so by cutting corners and using imagery that doesn't belong to you. So what happens next? While this likely won't land Kai Trump in jail, it does open her up to lawsuits. The federal government could sue for misuse of property. Companies like American Eagle or even Travis Kelce himself could sue over intellectual property issues if they believe the logo is too close to theirs. Even private citizens could file lawsuits under the Lanham Act for false endorsements. And while lawsuits take time and resources, they're often the only way to hold people with power and money accountable when they act above the rules. The bigger picture here is what this represents. For years, the Trump family has been accused of using political office and government connections for personal profit. From real estate deals to branded merchandise, they've repeatedly blurred the line between public service and private gain. Now, even the next generation is picking up the same habits. The fact that Kai Trump felt comfortable enough to use the White House as her personal billboard shows how normalized this behavior has become within the family. There's also a deeper cultural frustration at play. Ordinary Americans are struggling with inflation, rent, medical bills, and basic needs. In that environment, watching a billionaire's granddaughter push $130 $30 sweatshirts while using a government building to do it feels insulting. It's not just about the product, it's about the arrogance of exploiting privilege without consequences. And when everyday people see this, it reinforces the belief that there are two sets of rules, one for the powerful and one for everyone else. Some argue this should be ignored, that it's just another rich kid trying to make a buck, but ignoring it sends the message that ethics and legality don't apply if your last name is Trump. If no one is above the law, as their own allies often claim, then that standard must apply equally. Kai Trump's photo shoot is not a harmless stunt. It's a violation of clear rules, and it deserves scrutiny. At the end of the day, this story isn't just about one teenager selling sweatshirts. It's about entitlement, misuse of government property, and the normalization of political families turning public symbols into private profit machines. Kai Trump may not face jail time, but the message should be clear. The White House belongs to the American people, not as a backdrop for luxury merch. If nothing else, this incident should remind us to pay attention, call out abuses of privilege, and demand that rules apply the same way to everyone, no matter their name. Because the truth is, when those with immense wealth and power keep taking more while offering nothing back, it doesn't just cheapen politics, it cheapens democracy itself. And that's something every American should care about.